Today we're making the Smitten Jacket by Pattern Emporium. In this video, we're sewing the elasticated sleeves and the traditional waistband. I've not made any adjustments to the pattern here, but since I preferred a longer length, I cut at the longest tall size cut line. Let's sew this cute jean-style jacket step by step. Let's get started. Place your mid-front panel right sides together with the side front panel. Align the notches and pin in place. Sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges together. Now place the center front panel right sides together with the mid front panel, once again aligning your notches and pin in place. Sew again with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges together. Press both of your seam allowances away from the center front. Then from the front side of the piece, I'm going to top stitch those seam allowances in place about 1/4 inch away from the main seams. Place the corresponding front yoke piece right sides together with the top of this constructed front panel. Align your notches and pin in place. Sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish those raw edges together and press the seam up toward the yoke. Now with that seam allowance pressed upward from the right side, we're going to top stitch. I'm going to top stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance once again, top stitching right above that main seam. Fuse your front placket interfacing to the wrong side of the front piece right along the center front, aligning the raw edges. Press the raw edge of the center front to the wrong side by 3/8 inch. Once that 3/8 inch is pressed in place, turn it to the right side and fold back the top portion of the bodice right sides together by an additional 1¼ inches. Pin in place right at the center front notch. Now that I have my pin marking that center front, I'm going to sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance from the outer fold to my pin, back stitching to secure. Now I'm going to snip from that center front notch to my stitching and not beyond. And I'll trim that tiny seam allowance in half. Turn this front placket right side out. Then we'll press this front placket in place the same distance as the top, which from fold to fold should be 1¼ inches. Edge stitch along the inner fold of the placket from top to bottom. Repeat all of these steps to construct both of your front bodice pieces. Place your side back panels right sides together with the center back panel. Sew these seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges together, then press those seams toward the center back. Now with each of these seams pressed toward the center back, I'll top stitch each of the seam allowances in place with a 1/4 inch seam allowance 1/4 inch away from the main seams. Place your back yoke piece right sides together with the top of the constructed back piece, aligning the notches and pin in place. Sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the edges together and press the seam up toward the yoke. Now with that yoke seam pressed upward, we'll top stitch in place with a 1/4 inch seam allowance from one side to the other. Place your front and back pieces right sides together along the shoulder seams and pin in place. Sew both of these seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges together, then press them back toward the back piece. Now I'll top stitch those seam allowances in place along the back shoulder with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Place the front and back bodice pieces right sides together, aligning the side seams, and pin in place. Sew both side seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and finish the raw edges, and then press those side seams toward the back. Here is the wrong side of my regular hem band, and I've gone ahead and applied interfacing along the wrong side. Now I'll fold it in half lengthwise and give it a good press. Now that that's pressed, I'll open it back out, and I'll press one long edge to the wrong side by 3/8 of an inch all the way across. Place the right side of the unfolded edge of the hemband onto the wrong side of the bottom of the bodice piece. The short end of the hemband should extend 3/8 of an inch beyond the folded edge of the bodice. Pin in place all the way across. And have the opposite short end of the hemband extend beyond the center front by 3/8 of an inch on this side as well. Now that I have my hemband pinned from one side to the other, I'll sew in place with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now that the hemband is attached, turn it downward, pressing its seam allowance down toward the band. Along both short ends, fold the hemband in half along the pre-pressed crease. With the initial 3/8 of an inch still pressed in place, pin the short end of the waistband. Repeat on both sides. Sew these short ends in line with the center front with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now I'm going to trim both of my bottom corners and turn those corners right side out. Then we'll fold the hemband in half once more so that this folded edge just covers the main stitching line, and pin in place. Then we're going to top stitch along all 4 edges of the waistband, all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Apply interfacing to the wrong side of your upper collar piece. Then fold the bottom notched edge to the wrong side and give it a press, 3/8 of an inch. Place the upper and under collar pieces right sides together and pin along the top and side edges. Then, making sure the bottom edge of the upper collar is still folded in place, we're going to sew along that short edge, the top edge, and back down the opposite short edge with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Trim those upper corners, turn this collar piece right side out, and give it a good press. Place the raw unfolded edge of the undercollar right sides together with the neckline of the bodice. Align the outer edge of the collar with the exposed outer edge of the seam allowance of the neckline, and pin in place. Repeat for the other side. Then continue pinning the upper collar to the edge of the neckline straight across. Sew the undercollar to the neckline straight across with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, then press that seam up toward the collar. Now we'll place that inner folded edge of the collar right on top of the stitching line, just as we did for the hemband, and pin in place. Edge stitch around all 4 edges of the collar all the way around, pivoting at each corner. To help ease the sleeve into the armhole at a later step, we're going to sew basting stitches from outer notch to outer notch along the sleeve head. Leave thread tails at both ends so that you have threads to pull for easing. For the elasticated sleeve band, I'm going to fold this cuff piece in half, wrong sides together, then place the raw edges right sides together with the bottom of the sleeve, and pin in place. Sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges together and press the seam up toward the sleeve. Draw your elastic through the casing from one side to the other and pin in place along both short edges. Sew the edges of the elastic in place back and forth a couple times within the seam allowance to secure. Fold the sleeve in half, right sides together, aligning the underarm seam, and pin in place. Sew this seam with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the edges together, then press the seam toward the back of the sleeve. Now with that seam allowance pressed toward the back of the sleeve, we're going to top stitch along the bottom of the cuff for about a 1/2 inch distance to secure that seam allowance in place at the bottom. Do this to create both sleeves. Now I'll turn my sleeve right side out, and I'll place it right sides together with its corresponding armhole, aligning the underarm seams and the notches, and pin in place. Now we can pull our basting stitches slightly to ease the top of the sleeve into the armhole. Note that we're not trying to form any gathers here, so as we sew this armhole, we'll be smoothing out any puckers as we sew. Pin in place. Sew the sleeve in place with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges together, and repeat to attach both sleeves. I've gone ahead and marked the placement of my buttonholes onto the right placket. Now I'll sew them in place. Then sew your buttons in place across from each buttonhole. And now the jacket is complete. Thank you so much for sewing with me. Happy stitching, and I'll see you in the next video.